Construction of the Death Railway. The Death Railway, also known as the Burma Railway, was a brutal and infamous project undertaken by the Japanese during World War II, involving the forced labor of Allied prisoners of war, POWs, and Asian civilians. Historical context. The construction of the Death Railway took place from 1942 to 1943 and was driven by the Japanese Imperial Army's strategic need for a railway linking Thailand and Burma to support their military campaigns in Southeast Asia. Objective of the story. This narrative aims to explore the harrowing experiences of those involved in the construction of the Death Railway, shedding light on the inhumane conditions, high mortality rates, and the lasting impact on the survivors. Forced labor and POWs. Allied prisoners of war, the Japanese, seeking to advance their military goals, employed approximately 60,000 Allied POWs, including British, Dutch, Australian, and American soldiers. Asian civilians. In addition to POWs, the Japanese coerced around 200,000 Asian civilian laborers, including Malays, Tamils, Burmese, and others, into working on the Death Railway. Brutal conditions. The laborers faced brutal conditions, working long hours in tropical heat, subjected to malnutrition, diseases, and physical abuse. Construction challenges. Difficult terrain. The Death Railway traversed challenging terrain, including dense jungles, steep mountains, and swamps, making construction arduous. Limited resources. The Japanese faced resource constraints, using primitive tools and minimal machinery, further slowing down the construction process. Timeline pressure. The Japanese aimed for rapid completion, leading to a relentless pace that took a toll on the physical and mental well-being of the laborers. Horrific living conditions. Primitive camps. POWs and laborers lived in primitive camps along the railway route, often lacking proper shelter, sanitation, and medical facilities. Disease outbreaks. Malaria, dysentery, and tropical infections ran rampant in the overcrowded and unsanitary conditions, leading to widespread illness and death. Starvation and malnutrition. Inadequate rations and forced labor resulted in severe malnutrition, weakening the workers and diminishing their chances of survival. High mortality rates. Human cost. The Death Railway earned its grim reputation due to the staggering human cost. An estimated 12,621 Allied POWs and around 90,000 Asian laborers lost their lives during its construction. Impact on POWs. The mortality rate among POWs was particularly high, with malnutrition, diseases, and brutal treatment by the Japanese contributing to the death toll. Burial grounds. The railway is marked by numerous burial grounds, where the remains of those who perished during construction are interred. Endurance and resistance. Resilience of POWs. Despite the dire circumstances, many POWs displayed remarkable resilience, supporting each other and forming bonds that helped them endure the ordeal. Acts of sabotage. Some POWs engaged in acts of sabotage, subtly resisting the Japanese authorities by slowing down construction or disrupting the railway. Survival strategies. POWs and laborers developed survival strategies, sharing meager resources and adapting to the challenging environment. Completion and aftermath. Completion of the Death Railway. The Death Railway was completed in October 1943, linking Bangkok and Rangoon. However, its completion came at an immense human cost. Strategic ineffectiveness. Despite the sacrifices, the Death Railway proved strategically ineffective for the Japanese, as Allied forces gained control of the region later in the war. Post-war trials. After World War II, Japanese officials responsible for the inhumane treatment of POWs and the construction of the Death Railway faced war crime trials. Impact on survivors. Physical and psychological trauma. Survivors of the Death Railway carried enduring physical and psychological trauma, with many experiencing health issues and nightmares for the rest of their lives. Recognition and commemoration. Efforts have been made to recognize and commemorate the victims of the Death Railway, with memorials and museums dedicated to preserving their memory. Documentaries and literature. The story of the Death Railway has been documented in films, documentaries, and literature, ensuring that the sacrifices of those involved are not forgotten. Conclusion. 1. Subscribe for more untold stories. Subscribe to our channel for additional episodes uncovering hidden narratives from World War II and beyond. 1. The Death Railway stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of war and the resilience of those who endured its darkest chapters. 1. Join us in exploring untold stories that shaped the course of history.